Welcome back to True Crime and Chemistry, where we break down the poison, the plot, and the periodic table. You know, where every scandal leaves a scientific trace. So let's get into our first story of the day. Let's rewind to the 1930s. Beauty meant power, and the girls, they were brushing their teeth with death in a tube. Imagine brushing your teeth with radioactive glitter. Well, in the 1930s Germany, folks were really out here rubbing nuclear nonsense on their molars. And the wildest part, they paid extra for it. The product, Doramag radioactive toothpaste. A German miracle cream promising sparkling white teeth, strengthened gums, youthful energy. Packaged like prestige skincare, infused with thorium. Yes, actually radioactive thorium. They said it would strengthen teeth and reinvigorate the body. Spoiler alert, it reinvigorated tumors. This was not just a beauty product, it was a slow, sparkling death sentence in a tube. Okay? And alpha particles from thorium don't just vanish, honey. Baby, they stick to bones, damage tissue, and glow you up from the inside out. Doormat told customers that a touch of radiation would stimulate cells and blood flow. What it really did, it weakened bones. It provided tooth loss and internal rot. And guess what? This wasn't even new science. Years earlier, the Radium girls, those teenagers, y'all, that made dial paintings in New Jersey, they also died horrible deaths from the same exposure. And you can't forget about Eben Byers, the young ladies' man back at that time period who also died from drinking gallons upon gallons of radium-laced distilled water because he thought he was going to get his mojo back. And guess what, y'all? They called him Foxy Grandpa, okay? He also had the same demise. Doormat hit the shelves with full throttle propaganda glam until World War II. Then poof, it was discontinued. But not before it left folks with cracked teeth, rotten jaws, and more radiation than a science lab final. Can y'all imagine waking up thinking you're giving Colgate and you end up looking like the Radium girls? Okay? There were no ingredient labels, no clinical trials, and no one keeping score. Doormat ran for years, leaving smiles shattered and gum lines ghosted. But here's the kicker. We'll never know how many died because nobody counted the bodies back then when this poison came from a minty taste. Now, here's where it goes full spy drama. During World War II, Nazi scientists stole all of France's thorium reserves, okay? The Allies thought it was for a bomb, but it was for radioactive toothpaste. According to physicist Samuel Goudsmit, when Germany realized the war was ending and war supplies profits would dry up, they said, you know what we need to do? Let's cash in on Vanity. You know, these girls like to look good all the time. So what was their plan? We're going to hoard thorium. We're going to flood the post-war market with glow-up cosmetics, and we're going to dominate beauty with death in a tube, okay? What was the fate of thorium? Still unknown. Remember, not every trend is worth dying for. Read your labels and stop falling for the okie doke. Okay. Now, if you want to follow us for more daily science stories, make sure you all click that subscribe button so you don't forget when we drop another video. And before we go, I want you to comment and let me know, what would you have done? Do you think you would be drinking radium water back then? And would you be brushing your teeth with radioactive toothpaste? Or would you even wear radioactive makeup like lipstick and blush? Remember, science doesn't lie, but criminals do. Stay curious, stay chemical, and stay out of trouble. Until next time, Professor TK the Chemist signing out.